Hi team, I am making a video to show how I bloop horses from uh, nothing, from negative 100 to 70, so that they can be used for breeding. And I will make several other little videos to help y'all see how I do other things. But to make this one as quick and simple and easy, I am going to just go through this process right now. This horse is on loan to me, and it is loaned to me by Little Pixie. This is not my horse, as you see, but I am going to bloop it for her and get it ready for breeding. So when you start out, it doesn't matter what order you do these in, just go ahead and max them all out and age it up and keep going until you get to where you need to board it. And now it's being boarded, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it into my EC so that it will have a shower and water trough, and it will have fodder, oats, carrots, mash. And then because I'm a VIP, I have the ability to cancel the stay, which means after I'm done with all the forest work, then I can move on to the mountain work. So what we're going to do, if you want to start with mountain, you can do that. Just then find a forest EC that will fit your needs at the time. So what we're going to do is, one more time, we're just going to go ahead and max all these out because they're not critical. But next is we're going to be doing games. And with the games, you're going to groom, and then you're going to do 1 hour of play, and you're going to do carrot, and that pretty much maxes it out, so don't worry about doing anything. Take it up to as close to 100 as possible without losing any energy, because you'll need the energy at the end of the day. And then we're going to go as far up as we can, leaving 10% minimum energy left. So we're going to go down here at 86.4. And so you see that left us 12 energy. So now we're going to, because we're at the bottom, you stroke at the lowest energy point you can, and that gives you the most energy increase. And you're going to drink, and you're going to feed 2 extra pounds from what it says you need. And that takes me up, with my setup here, it takes me up to 51%. So I'm going to go back and do as much as I can, considering the time and the energy usage, to get as much of this energy used. So the max time we can do is going to be 3 hours. So we'll look at what 3 hours does, and that is 32.4%. So it's just a little more than we have available. So let's do 2.5, and that leaves us above the 20%, but it doesn't leave us any extra. So we'll go ahead and age. And next we're going to repeat that same process again, going along with the energy usage. So we're going to go to carrot, and that takes us to a whole 100%, but you may not have this cool carrot horse, which gives you the additional energy. So you may need to go to feed, or do whatever will, when you look at the energy usage, will not be losing the amount of energy gain that you need. You don't want to miss out on anything. You'll see that in a minute. So now I'm going to go to play, and I'm looking for the one that gives us as close to 10% as possible, and that is it. And so we will play, and then we stroke, which gives us the most possible energy at the bottom, and then we drink, and we feed with 2 extra pounds. And we have 2 hours left here, so we can look and see if that will fit, and it does. So we do the 2 extra hours, and we age again. And repeat that process one more time. Play for 1 hour, carrot, And I don't need to do anything else because I'm at 100, so I'll max that out. That goes to 90, so that leaves us 10. We stroke, drink, feed 2 extra pounds, and we have 28, and we have 1 hour, so let's see what 1 hour will do. That's fine. And we age, and then we go to groom, 1 hour of play, carrot, that maxed it out. If you have to, remember, go to feed, and then we're going to play, and let's go ahead and do another hour of play here. Get it down as far as we can because your stroke gives you the most energy the lower you are at. And then we're going to feed 2 extra pounds, and that actually hits us at 22, so we're not going to worry about using this energy here. And so next, we're going to have very little play this month because we've used so much playtime. So you're going to groom, you're going to play, and it's still going up. So we're going to go ahead and do an hour. We'll do a carrot. We'll play again, and we're just going to find where the max is. There we are. That's the max we need. And so at 11:15 in the morning on 1 year, 4 months, you have all the play done, all your gain. And if I open here, you can see 100% skill gain there. Now, what you do next is you're going to just go ahead and feed that 2 extra pounds and age. So next you're going to do your forest, and we're going to go to groom. We're going to ride the longest possible ride, and we're going, since we're at the bottom of our energy, we're going to stroke, carrot, drink, feed. Don't change this. Feed exactly what it says. And then we're going to go back to forest, and we're going to find where the closest to 45 is, which is right there. Ride and feed, and see at 26 you had 6 available, but it uses more energy than that, so we're not going to do any more. We'll just age, and we'll do that process all over again. And then here, and age again, and repeat the process another time. Okay, so now we have available to us the missions, but we're not going to do them. We are going to ignore missions at this point. We are only going to worry about finishing out the forest. So we'll go back here to groom and ride. And around here is when we're going to start fully maxing out the forest. So we need to just keep an eye and make sure that it's still going up when we do that. So you'll see me checking for usage here. And then we'll go again. Yep, still going up. And then we do didn't register. Okay. And then we're going to come over here and look for 55, which is right there. Don't do that yet because I had a sugar beet. I can do a little more here. There we go. And then we feed. There we go. And then we age again. And then we do this. Max it out. Okay, see, this is where it's maxed out. So we're going to find that point. There, that's the top end. So you ride for an hour. And it's 1,700 hours. So you start doing dressage now. And dressage is really easy to overdo your time. So you really need to pay attention to that. So we got 21 and a half. That does 40. That's good. And then we're at 22 hours. Even though I could do another dressage, we're maxed out on our time. So we'll go ahead and age. And then we'll groom and max out dressage all the way. We'll do it again. There we go. And then stroke. And then we have only an hour left, but we'll go ahead and ride that hour for 30 minutes for dressage to leave time to feed in case it needs some, which it did this time. So we'll age and repeat that process again. And as you see, that is there. An hour and feed and age. And then we have groom, another full run. And then another. Pay attention to getting 20 left over. Oh, that's the time. See, sometimes you'll get that message. Sometimes you hit 24 and you can't feed. So let's see. I wasn't watching that right. So we'll just do an hour and we'll feed, and that hits 22. That's what happens when you go quickly. But we have full day here. And then we have just a little bit left. So 1, 2, 3, 5. Yeah, that's the max. There we go. So that will use 22, but that's too far out. We can only go for an hour. So we'll do that and feed. We'll have very little to train now today. So we groom and we put like an hour. There we go. An hour and a half, and dressage is done. And we're done with dressage and forest by 3 years, 2 months. And that is super fast. So we'll go ahead and we'll do jumping. And jumping is going to go the same route, just no missions. Just do as much energy poured into jumping as you can do. So we'll go up to the max. And that gave us a little extra because he had a corn cob, so gives you a little boost to it. And then we have the same process, 18:30. So max is 3 hours. That's 37, so that's good. So we'll do that, and then feed and age, and we'll groom and go max, and then do these, and then we have 17:30, which is 4 hours. That's 50. That leaves enough, so we'll do that. And then we go up here. And then 4 hours. We've got 3.5 hours. And that's still going up, so we'll go all the way. And just a sliver left. So we'll go ahead and recharge the energy. And we're going to see just how far we have to go. Just half an hour. So there we are. That's that done. And you'll see that now we want to do mountain rides, but we're in a forest EC. This is where being the VIP and having the perk to be able to cancel your EC really helps out. Even if you can't do that, go ahead and start mountain rides now until you're able to get out of the EC you're in, or vice versa. If you're in a mountain, do the forest rides, because you're going to be making progress. It's just going to be slower. I also suggest you try to get for blooping horses to breed like this, where we're trying to improve our GP. Try to board in stables that have only 1 day stabling, so that they will be able to, you'll be able to get them out easily and move on, and you're not stuck doing it slowly. Because if you look by comparison, if I put it on just one here, you'll see right now it's 1.04, 2.15, and 0.78. And getting through the mountain is getting to a certain amount of advancement, and when you aren't in the same one, it makes it slower. It doesn't mean you get fewer skills, it makes it slower. You have to work on it longer, and our goal here is to be as close to 70 GP, 70 BLUP, to improve the GP before 10 years old, so all you're left with is doing competitions and making money. So remember these numbers: 1.04, 2.15, and 0.78. And I'm going to cancel my stay here, and I'm going to open up to another mountain. Now, I have these pre-programmed. You may not have those programmed. That's another VIP perk. But if you need to, just click mountain and click the perks that you need to have in it to be happy with where you're staying. And my suggestion is a shower and a water trough will make it very fast. And mashes included with these, and carrots included, help you not have to spend so much money producing your own stuff or buying them manually. So I'm going to redisplay, and there's only one here, and it's going to charge me for 30 days. So I'm going to see if taking out something will help. Let's take out that and see if it'll display more. No. Okay, so let's do those back in and take out these and see if it helps. There, that got something. I have plenty of these, so I can do that on my own. We'll go ahead and take this one that's a little cheaper and shorter. And turns out they have them anyway. It's just that they didn't have a certain number that show up into that list. So we worked out in good anyway. So we're going to go ahead and choose classical riding. We're going to equip our horse, and we're going to put on the 3-star tack so it helps us with the competitions better. And then we're going to go to skip the mission still. We're going to go to immediately start writing. Now remember, we're at 1800 hours, so we can only go a max of 22. And so what we're going to do is we're going to do check out what 3.5 hours is, and that leaves enough energy. But remember, here's the difference. It's twice as fast, maybe even more, but at least twice as fast being in a mountain as it is being in the other one. So that's why you want to go ahead and make sure that you are as soon as possible in the right type of facility. So 3.5 hours will make that 21.5, and it leaves us just enough time to feed, and we'll age, and then right back just like we were doing forest, we're going to do mountain. So we're going to do here, max it out. That's perfect. That leaves 20. And we'll age. And then we do more mountain. And then we're going to look for, there's perfect one. And then we feed. And we age. Still skipping those missions over there. We'll get to them in a minute, but we just are trying to get through this as quick as possible so that you're not stuck in a long haul. So we'll go ahead and complete these. And then here. And then there's again. And then we come here. And we have boom. Boom. Brush this so I can see. We're at 94% on the mountain rides, so we're really close to being at the ends of this part. So again, it's 5.5 hours, but we don't have 5.5 energy. So we're going to look at 4 here and just see if it changes. It's not changing, so we're going to go down until it's maxed out right there. You saw how that number changed between 2.5 and 3, but it doesn't change at 3.5 besides the energy amount of usage. So we'll go ahead and just do the perfect point, and that leaves some time and that leaves some energy. But it doesn't really leave enough to throw in a competition because it might go too far down and we have nothing to fill it up with. So what I will do is I will go ahead and use some for stamina. Now, max number of hours is 2.5 hours. We only have 2 here, but we don't want to use up all that energy. We only have 15 available. So here's 14.4. So we'll go ahead and do that, keeping it moving up and feed. And then next is competitions. Now, competitions, we are going to do as many competitions as we can fit into a day. You will need to quit doing competitions at 18:30 so you have time to add all those energy producers in there. So you're going to go, it's doing 4 competitions there. Put in all the energy boosters. And now you see you're at 20:30, and there's not enough time because that would make 22:30 if you did another competition, but you have time to do some stamina training for an hour. So you'll do 1 hour of stamina, and then you'll feed one last time, and then age because you're at 22. And you do the same thing again until all the skills have been gained for the competition and you are only seeing the 2 hour mark, and then will go back and do all the stamina training. Okay, here we are. We have just maxed it out. It's 18:30, perfect timing. We're going to go ahead and put our energy back up again, and we still only have 1 hour left, but next we will focus on the stamina, and that will go quickly upward. So just like the other ones we did, we're going to max it out, put our energy back, and then do for hours and energy. We have more hours than we have energy, so we're going to go to the closest to 42 we can, which is right there. And we'll put some energy back, which gave us some more energy to work with. So we're actually going to look for 14. There we go. And we'll feed again. And that left us at 21, but not enough energy to do anything. And so we'll age out and then move on to the next day. And you're going to repeat this process over and over and over again as well. There we go. And then we're going to look for, that's good. And then feed again. And then A. And then we go here. See, we're already starting to win some competitions, so that's going to boost our bloop up even higher when we're ready to start breeding. So that's why we do the competitions when we do, and then finish out the stamina here. We're only at 6 years, 2 months, so we're making great progress on this. So we'll go ahead and max this out again. And then there we go. And then we have, now we're at the end of our training. We have 95% done. So we're going to go ahead and age here. And this is going to be a small one. So we're going to go ahead and do 1, 2, there we go. That's the perfect amount to get to 100%. And all the required training is now done. Now what I will do is I will go ahead and do a mission and fill in with competitions until we hit 10 years. And now you do a mission, groom, fill in with competitions, making sure you're finished at 1830 so you have time to fit all these in, and then you go ahead and age. And that keeps your money coming in, and that keeps missions happening, and it also helps with the blooping, because as competitions get completed, you could get more and more wins, which right now, even because we're not at 10 years old, we are at 61.64. We need to be a minimum of 70, but because we already have a competition, that is going to go up before 70, before we hit, it will go up above 70 when we hit 10 instead of being right on 70 at 10. And then we will, at 70, you're able to guarantee at least a minimal GP increase for breeding. The more times you breed, the more chances you'll get a high increase. Also, as you go through and do more competitions, you will be getting more chances at getting the bloop up higher. I need you to stop, Fankel. Come here. Okay. So we are going to age this one. My dog got in the way there, so we're going to do that and do these until, I hate when it does that to me. There we are, 1830, and we are going to put the energy back and age, and then mission, groom, and more competitions. And then age again. We're at 7 years, so you literally just do these competitions to help out with the blooping process, because you can't be at 70 bloop successfully guaranteed until you're 10 years old. Having all 3 skills bolded and being 10 years old, you are guaranteed 70 bloop. So you have to just go through until you get there. But this is earning you money, which in turn can earn you passes. for several reasons. I will make some other videos about how to get passes for the team in a separate one. There we go. Where'd you go, Finkel? There you are, buddy. Hi there. So we're at 7 years, 8 months. We're coming up on 10 years. Okay, 9 years, so 6 more times. Okay, so here we are. We are at the point where the horse is not yet 10 years old, and he's already at 74.31, and that is due to having a win in the column. But we need to be 10 years old to be the best possible for the base breeding. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and age him to 10. There we go. And he has now got a BLUP of 74.97, and that will only go up as more competitions come in under the win column. And that now this horse is ready to send coverings out to team members and to your own horses. And but I will point out again, this horse is not the best statted for competitions. I will make a video for doing competition statting, which is essentially the same process, but it's much more involved and will not be producing the quick results we need right now. So I hope everyone was able to learn something and found this useful. And I do appreciate you watching it. And please send me a private message when you need something, or if you need something, or if you would like to see another video. I will make videos about how things are done. I have a few that I have planned for the team to see, but I will add to the list if anybody has something they would like to see done. Thank you again. Great job, team.